Hello, history scholars. Mrs. Olson here. Today's lesson is titled Native American Land and Climate Map. So your learning target is you will be able to create a map that displays geographic characteristics specific to Native American culture areas. So let's break down the learning target. At the end of the lesson, so your assignment will be to create a map, and then what you are going to be putting on your map are details, specific details that are relevant to different culture areas, different Native American regions. Okay, so here you have a blank map of the continental United States, and what that means is that, so here is a blank map, you don't see any of the state borders, and the continental United States means that you do not see Alaska and Hawaii, so you see only the contiguous United States, this portion right here. Okay, so this is the map that you are going to be printing out and creating your Native American land and climate map on. Okay, the example map that you are kind of copying is this one here. So the different colors represent the different Native American land regions. Or your assignment, you'll see the phrase culture areas. Okay, and then there is also a table with a bunch of information in that. Here we go. So American Indian and Native American can be used interchangeably, meaning that you can say either and it is okay. So here you can see a table. You see the 8 different American Indian groups. Now within each of these groups there are many different tribes, okay? And then this column reads area, this column reads climate, and this column reads land. So, for example, there are many different Native American tribes within the Northwest, and even though there are different tribes, they are all near the Pacific Ocean and the North Coast area of the United States. Many of you will be able to identify with having rainy and cool to warm temperatures, as the Native American tribes of the Northwest did. And then the land is described as ocean coast. Some of you may be able to see mountains from your backyard, and of course, forest. So each of these areas will have different characteristics, geographic characteristics that help to explain and understand the type of regions that all of these different tribes lived in. Okay, so let's go to our assignment. Here we go. Let's pull it into the middle of the screen. You are right now watching the video lesson, so that's good. That's number 1. You need to print the blank map of the United States that we just saw, this one here, okay? And then you are going to use the link in the lesson page, the one that brings up this map here. Oh, where'd my assignment go? 1 second, guys. There it is. So you are going to be using that link. Let's do it this way. There we go. You're going to be using that link with that map to write on, to create your map of geographic characteristics. Okay. So the first thing that you are going to do is to outline the regions in pencil. And so I have done this actually in stages so that you can see what it looks like. So let me bring up my example here. Okay. So here is a blank map of the United States. You can see that with pencil, I have drawn in the different regions. Okay, make sure that you use pencil first so that you can erase. Okay, So you draw in the different regions and then you need to label each region. So remember that you can use this map to help you label, and then you are also going to want to use the table here. Okay, now Northeast Woodland is still the Northeast region, so don't be funny about that. This source just added another word, Woodland. Okay, so back to the assignment. So you're going to outline the regions in pencil, and then you're going to label the regions like you saw on the map that I did here. Okay, so once again, I put the northwest coast off to the side because the region is kind of small on the map. And then the same thing with California, I wrote it vertically, so up and down, so that you could read it and I didn't take up too much room here. These other regions are pretty big, so I wrote the region within that space. Okay. Okay, now you are going to use a black marker to create thicker lines for the region, and this is going to help us see them more clearly. So let me show you that one. Okay, so I took a Sharpie and I went over the lines that I created for each region in pencil with my Sharpie marker. Easy peasy. We're going to go to number 5. It says, use the document titled American Indian Culture Areas by Land and Climate. That is the table. Nope. Sorry. I think I clicked out of it. Here it is. Okay, so you are going to be using this table, so taking the information off of here, okay, so taking the information off of there, and you're going to create icons with colored pencil or crayon that represent different geographical details for each region. So what I mean is that in the Northwest, you might draw or sketch little icons that represent the ocean. You could choose to put icons that represent our relatively cool climate with maybe some raindrops. And then our land includes the coast, mountains, and forests. So in the Northwest region on your map, you are drawing little pictures or icons that represent the different geographical details. So I'm going to show you what I did. Okay, so here is the Northwest, and as we know, we have mountains, we have a rainy climate, and there are, of course, forests. Okay, now in the Plateau region, let's scroll down to the Plateau. They have different mountains, the Rocky Mountains, there are coastal mountains, and the Blue Mountains. They experience hot summers, cold winters, not a lot of rain, and they have high mountains, dry areas, forests, and grasslands. So I want you guys to be creative with your icons. You don't have to use every single description in the region, but you want to use one or two so that when we look at the map, you get an idea of the different geographical features. Uh-oh, where did it go? There we go. So in the Plateau region, I chose to use 2, and that they have high mountains, okay, and then a sunshine icon. And then I chose not to complete an entire map because I didn't want to take a bunch of your ideas, and I didn't want you to feel like you were copying mine by, using sun and mountains and stuff like that. So I wanted to leave some of that for you guys and your own creativity. But every region needs to be filled in with different icons that are representative of each geographic region, okay? As you saw on the map, you need to go over each of the region names with a blue or a black pen. And when you're creating a map like this that provides a lot of different information, you want to make sure that you are doing a nice, neat job. So on your assignment, I wrote that you want to create a map with concentrated effort. Create a map with concentrated effort because you want to take your time and make sure that the lines are as close as you can get them to the original map, and make sure that your icons look nice and neat and colored well. Okay, guys. Try not to hurry through this assignment. Make sure that you give yourself enough time to complete it, and I hope you learn a little bit and you have fun. Let me know if you have questions. Bye!